All right, let's talk about executing our trade on MT4 and then managing it. So let's say that this is our trade right here. Let's say that, okay, this is not a real trade that we would take, but let's say that this is our trade. So we got 4 pips going on. So let's say, okay, boom, we're going to grab our 13. Oh, it's already in there. Okay, we got our 13 pips. For this example, we're not going to do that though. We're just going to go just like this. Okay. Oh, actually, we need to put on more. We're going to go 0.04. Okay. So let's pretend that this is our trade, and we're going to go ahead and execute this trade. Okay. Boom. Boom. Okay. The first thing we do is we go here. The first thing we do actually is we go to price. Okay. It put us in at 852. Okay. Where's 852? 852 right there. Going to adjust our stop loss to those 4 pips that we had. Then we're going to grab our stop level right here. You don't have to do this copy and paste style. I used to go like this and then put it in manually for a long time. But I've just kind of figured out that this is like the easier way. Okay, we're going to right click on our trade. We're going to go to modify or delete. We're going to click that once and it highlights, and then we're going to control V that in right there. Click off and make sure that that's locked in. Okay, we are locked in that sucker right now. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab, whatever this is just an example. Okay, so whatever your trade style is, whether you're going for 1 to 2, 1 to 3, a 1 minute low, a 15-minute low. Here, I'll just snug this up. So we're going for 1 to 3. Okay, then we're going to grab our profit level, copy it, come back over, right click, put it in, click off, and then we need to press this to save. Now, why did we get our stop level in there? Because, bro, the market can turn on you, the market can swing up. Your stop loss is more important than your take profit. Okay, the first thing you need to get in there is that stop loss, so get it in and get it in quick. Okay, so now we got that. You'll hear that nice little sound like a slap in the face. So then what we need to do now in managing our trade, okay, is we're going to go ahead to go to close order. Okay, and what I like to do, especially when I'm going for 1 to 2s and 1 to 3s, is I will snug this up to 1 to 1. And you can either leave it there. A lot of times I leave it there, or I'll put a little line here. And then I'll go 1 to 2. And again, you can leave it there until price hits, or you can put a little line there. It doesn't matter. Just like that. So I know this is 1 to 1. I know this is 1 to 2. As soon as we get to 1 to 1, 2 things are going to happen for the way that I manage. And you may have chosen this management style as well for yourself. When price hits this, 25% is coming off, and then stop loss is going to half break even. So we've opened up our closed trade. Here is our lots. And what we're going to do is we're just going to use 1/4 of it, okay? So if you ever need to figure out what's up with your lot size, like let's say that you're using 17 lots, and you're like, oh shit, I don't know what 25% of that is. Okay, just divide it into fourths. So 4.25, okay? So in this case, it is 0.01, okay? So as soon as price hits that, let's say that it just hits it. Boom. Closed it, and then I'll do it on here to show you. 2 pips. Grabbed it, right click, modify. This is our new stop loss, okay? Now let's say that you wanted to do it faster, okay? Our original stop loss was somewhere up here. And so you went ahead, you pulled your stop loss down, and you see it's at, we don't really need to take into account the 1.31 because that's not going to change super often, but the 873, okay, the last 3 digits. the 873. You can grab this and you can bring it down to 873 quick like that. Okay, either way is completely fine. Usually you're not in a super rush when you do this because price has just come down to your 1-to-1. So usually when you're moving your stop loss to half or full break even, if you choose to do it at 1-to-1, you know, price is squiggling around here usually. So it's not too pressed for time, okay? Then we go back. Immediately go back to close order, okay? We already know what 25% is. It's that 0.01. So now, say that price comes down here to the 1-to-2. Comes down to the 1-to-2. Close. Boom. Okay. Now, what are you doing? You're bringing that stop loss all the way down, right? So in this case, because you don't really have to figure out any numbers, you're just going to this line, then you can just click it and you can drag it all the way to that line. Or you can take your entry price right here, the price that you originally got on, 852, and you can just right click and then you can go modify it, and then you can just put in, you can click it down to 852, or you can just throw it into 852 however you want to. And then the next thing that I'm doing in my management is after that's at break even, just letting it trickle down here. But if something happens like we've talked about in the management video, if something happens to where I'm not able, or you're not able to manage the trade, or you're just like, oh shit, it's so close to my take profit, I'm not okay if it comes back up and taps my break even, then you'll go ahead and you will use this stop loss and you will drag that to where you want it to be. Okay, you want it to be up here, give it a lot of space and breathing room. You want it to be down here because you're like, oh shit, I'm not walking away without, you know, a nice lump sum. Then you can go ahead and do that. To execute the trade, just like, oh shit, I need to get out of this trade right now, then you would go ahead and press this X and then it would just get you out. Okay, so that is pretty much what you need to know about executing it on MT4 and managing it. And we're just using the manual executions to buy and sell right here, get your stop loss in quick. You've already got the information. Either one of these systems you can use for your lot size. And then as far as managing it, that's how it goes. One of the important things is to know that you're not going to get everything exact, and you don't need to, okay? People who are doing their mathematics and their calculations down to like the penny, you know, with Forex trading and stuff, that's just not how it works, okay? So just make sure that you have got your closed trade open so that you're ready to take that profit off when it happens.